Hey guys, I know it's been a while since I made a video. I've been pretty busy on the back end, but today I do have something for you. I see a lot of questions about YUSD and everything kind of surrounding that, and so I wanted to show you the app itself, what you can get, how you can get YUSD, where you can provide assets to get YUSD if you choose to go that route, and everything kind of surrounding it. Just know that this is not an in-depth video of how to use Yeti's collateral system. It's just kind of an overview of what you can expect if you use the system, and also how to get YUSD with the lowest slippage rates to prepare yourself for NRWL launch. So let's go ahead and kick it in. So let's see. There we go. So I guess first is Yeti's dashboard. You can see here that what they call it is a trove, and that's pretty much your deposit collateral. I think it's really cool to see the different types of collateral you can do, because most of the collateral they have is actually yield bearing. And what that means is you deposit it somewhere else, like BenQ, Aave, other avenues like Platypus, those things where you're already getting returns on that investment. Something like USDC, you can get like 7% APR. You can deposit the receipt token of that, so you can have it deposited, gaining interest in those like Platypus and everything like that. And then you can also use it as collateral to mint your own YUSD against it. And so if you look at the collateral types that we have, you of course can just do raw AVAX, but this QI USDC is actually provided by BenQ, and you can actually supply USDC here, and then you can use that as collateral. It automatically, whenever you deposit here, it gives you what they call a receipt token. It's like a ratio of the amount of tokens you have staked. It just represents that you have a staked amount in there. It's something that some smart contracts do, and you can actually use it as collateral. And then you can now mint. And so currently the only options you have from there is to be able to stake your YUSD that you mint. And you can only get about 2% APY or APR, sorry. And so that's pretty small. And that's, again, one of the reasons that I want to provide something for YUSD users to be able to use in our system. Again, there's a lot of YUSD in the market, and currently the only thing you can do for it is sell it for other assets. So where can you get YUSD? I like to use things like Curve and Platypus for any kind of stablecoin swaps. So if you look here, they have a list. You can actually use AVAX if you want to. We can even look at it right now. Sorry, you can't use AVAX. You got to use something like USDC, where they have pools for it. So you can see it here, YUSD. If I had 1,000, 300, whatever it is, you can get 301 YUSD, which means that the value of 1 YUSD is about 0.99. So it's a little bit under peg right now. And you can oftentimes find some arbitrage opportunities with YUSD because it's so new. But this is where I would recommend that everyone go, is Platypus, to trade any kind of stables, not just YUSD, but specifically if you're trying to get YUSD for the NRWL launch and you're wanting to buy it from the open market, use something that uses stablecoin swaps similar to Platypus. Curve is another feature that does the exact same thing on Avalanche. So just be mindful of that. You don't want to try and go into Trader Joe and buy this. The liquidity is just not there. And that's not really where stablecoins keep their liquidity. They park it in multi-pools where there's like YUSD, USDC, DAI, whatever it is. They put them in a big pool, and that ratio is how they have stable swaps with low slippage. So be mindful of that. Make sure you're using one of these platforms. If you want to use Yeti Finance, they have amazing documentation, but pretty much you can borrow against your yield-bearing assets, like QETH. If you have ETH, AVAX, whatever it is, you can deposit it. Just know those are riskier assets. I like to use the USDC.E option if I deposit and make a trove. And there is no interest on it, but it does take a one-time fee of like 0.5%. So if you do that, just be mindful that you'll have to pay that upfront fee, and you'll have to wait. Otherwise, you would lose money if you close that trove. And then there's a whole, if you go to the dashboard, there's a it gives you like a rating of how healthy your deposit is, and if it is all stables, you would be last to be liquidated if there was a black swan event that would turn, that would have to have some kind of redemption on the collateral assets that are in the system. But you would be last if you had those stable coins. So things like AVAX and Bitcoin and other volatile assets would be the ones that get redeemed first. Those are the riskier plays, but it can be done safely. There is levels of health to your investment and your collateral. So just be mindful of that. Again, this is no expert video on how to use this platform. This is simply just to show you where you can get YUSD and kind of the benefits I see of where of being able to get YUSD through this method and using it on deposited collateral assets that are interest bearing. So I know it's a short video, but I wanted to get something out because I've seen like 3 or 4 people reaching out to me, and then I see a bunch of stuff in my chats that are always like, how do we use Yeti and things like that. So hopefully this gives you a little bit of a breakdown of kind of what to expect in the days before. If you want to load up on YUSD, go ahead, but it doesn't really matter. It's going to stay around $1, so you can buy it whatever you want. But if you want to go ahead and open up a Trove and start using it, then make sure you go into their Discord and learn to use it appropriately, because borrowing and collateral and stuff like that can be very it's more of a risky side of DeFi. So just be mindful of that before you open up a position. I want to make sure that people are safe when they're using our platform, and also any other platform that you choose to go into. So that's it for the video, and I hope you liked it.